But Elnaaz, technically, you might have been one of the few people who were Iranian. Did anyone ask you for a tip or two, or did you have to volunteer for it? I wonder.
Yeah, I did. Even on Tehran, on Apple TV Plus, I did. I helped a lot with the dialogues, and of course, we have the people, but many of them were not as good with the language as I am, of course.
All right. Now,
I'm not getting enough credit for it.
You will. You will.
Better. Now that I have a way, and now that I know where I want to go, I'm so glad that I tried all of it, because now I know what I want.
That's us crabs, baby. We graft. We're resilient.
I played a traitor. I went into the Traitors.
Interesting.
And if you watched the Traitors in the beginning, when they chose me as a traitor and they interviewed me and I had to go out and be the traitor, I was like, start. Hey, this is Elnaaz Norouzi. I'm the traitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the beautiful, the talented, the very sensitive Elnaaz Norouzi as she's conquering the world with a Hollywood release, with an independent Indian Hindi release, and with her views on her homeland that has touched the core of my heart. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Hi, darling. How are you doing?
I'm so happy to see you. I cannot tell you. I've been going through a bit of a rough patch. You have too. A bit of a fever and this and that. I wish people around me were healthier, but that's life. You have to ebb and flow with it, right? Those are the lessons that life has taught us.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, I'm going to start right at the top, which is the song Hua. For all of you living under a rock, just go on YouTube. It's Jubin Nautiyal, and this is Elnaaz not guest appearing. Elnaaz not featuring as a dancer, not featuring as an actor. It is vocals by Elnaaz Norouzi. This is a track. It's actually a really, really beautiful love song at the core of it. And Jubin's got his own production thing going, his composing production thing. And he composes stuff for the guy called Rocky. Is that the guy's
Rocky,
name?
Yes.
So it's Rocky and Jubin's music. It's Rocky's lyrics. And those are all the credits that I have to give. And it's Elnaaz and Jubin together. Now, I believe this didn't really come out of a studio brief. This thing came out of conversations and this and that. I'm always interested in knowing the story behind the song itself. Before we get to the video, I want to talk about how it developed.
Yes, you're going to get an exclusive now, because that's the first time I'm telling anybody about this. So, how Hua happened. Jubin got in touch with me and he was like, hey, listen, I'm doing this music video. I would love to have you in it. And I was like, Jubin, you have no idea. I'm such a big fan. I love your music. I think you have one of the best voices in this country. And I would love to work with you. But I'm singing now and I don't want to feature in music videos anymore. I want to sing, and I would love to do a song with you. And in my mind, I was like, okay, then now he's going to disappear and whatever, because, okay, he's not going to do a song with me. And then he was like, send me some of your music. So I sent him some stuff and he was like, your voice is great. We could do something. I was like, okay, let's do it. And then we met and then we jammed, we made we started on Hua, and then he disappeared on me again. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this guy back to make this song with me. So I was, sorry, my voice is also totally, I was sitting with my vocal coach working on Hua and recording myself. And I sent him the video. I was like, I'm almost ready. What about you? And that video, until date, Jubin says it. He says that video was the video that made me decide to do the song with you, because I saw how dedicated you are and I heard you sing it and it sounded good to me. And I was like, let's do it. And that's how Hua happened.
I actually really like the boy. I mean, I've said that to you on messaging. Whenever I've met him, he's got a very... there's a Hindi Urdu term. It says "Vadiyon se gunjti hui awaaz." Some of these boys who grow up in the mountains, they're very shanti. Because the calmness of the mountains somewhere pervades into their life.
100%.
Right? Like you see people who've grown up in New York City will always be hyper. People who've grown up in Mumbai are likely to be like that. But these boys, they have an element of calm before the city takes over.
Yeah.
And when he sings, it's almost as though there's a natural echo, which the mountains around will kind of echo off, right? And you don't really have to put it through a mixer and things like that.
His voice is...
Which is what I really like. And I remember he came to me once, one of his early days, and he brought his guitar, and some music company guy said, he's releasing the song and he would only do that song. So he did the song, and I said, hang on a second, you've done what you came here to do, right? Promote. I said, what do you listen to, man? He said, what? So I said, what are your influences? I mean, you play this guitar, this acoustic guitar. Play me some other stuff. And I have some of those videos. He sat there and he played me a Coldplay song. He sat there and he played me a John Mayer song. Who said I can't be stoned? Da, 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 da. Things like that. And I was like, this is the boy. I like people who have experiences from everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that you've done this with him.
Yeah.
But you know me, I do my homework and research. A little birdie tells me it took 2 years in the making. So this whole phone call you're telling me, this video, this, that, there was 2 years before it happened.
No.
Was it after?
After, it took us longer to release it because what happened then was I got busy filming The Fix. Then he got busy with Sayara. Months and months go in between all of this. And then I came back and re-recorded. And then we decided to put both those voices together, which then made him record again on top of my voice. Like, you know how it is. We're busy artists. And then to make sure that we get the time, to also shoot the music video together. And Missouri, all of that takes time, right?
Isn't he from Dehradun?
Yes.
So you head into the mountains from his hometown, right? Yeah. Dehradun to Missouri.
It's so beautiful, and it was the first time that I was in Dehradun, and it was. I really want to go back, and I think when you're with somebody like Jubin who knows this is like his home turf, right? He just made sure my experience was amazing, and I'm very, very grateful for that. And I love the music video.
I do too. There's something that struck me in that music video. I'll tell you the exact point. I mean, you're looking $1 million. He's looking as charming as he always is. There's a moment where there's a split screen. And all of you guys, sorry, plug again. My friend is here. I've got to make her reach those billion hits. So yeah, apart from streaming the song, get to YouTube and, make some hits for the video.
Yay.
So the video has this split screen. On one side, he's writing with a pen and paper on what I presume is his poetry diary, which has this very natural plant-based paper. And on the other side of the split screen is you on a modern space-age computer. And I was like, man, that spoke to me. Again, these things speak to me. Maybe it's just stupid old me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here's the story of a couple. One is old school, who's still using a pen and writing. And there's this girl who's, modern and, likes her apps and her mobile and her computer, and she's typing on it. And they love each other. And that is such a beautiful old school romantic thing.
I love how you analyze things and don't just look at it and move on.
That was my favorite part of the video.
Love it. Thank you. I'm glad.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. That whole thing about can we just hang out in the mountains and shoot a video?
Yeah, I love that.
So nice.
That was his idea, of course. And he was like, you know what? Let's just do like a travel music video. Like we're traveling through the mountains and all. And I was like, you know how I'm used to things of like properly planning things and,
which is good
right?
too.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can let go. Yeah.
And I let go. With this song, I let go. I trusted Jubin fully. I mean, he is a person you can trust fully, right? I mean, look at where he comes from and the kind of music he makes. So I was like, okay, I'm game. I'm coming. So I went there with my team. We just had fun. And then it turned out to be such a great music video. I was like, ऐसे ही करना चाहिए यार, आगे. जो भी कर
ऐसे
रहे हो.
ही करना चाहिए. Elnaaz से गाना गवाना चाहिए, सिर्फ डांस नहीं कराना चाहिए.
एलनाज का आवाज गया है, ऑलरेडी टेक ऑफ किया है LA के लिए, मैं सिर्फ खुद ही इधर हूँ.
और ये क्योंकि चैनल का नाम है फीवर, उनको फीवर भी हो रहा है. Now we're getting really goofy and stupid, aren't we?
We are.
Now listen, your catalog is a puzzle to me, and there's this very good-looking boy, your A&R manager, who just walked in. I should probably ask him this question. Why this catalog is a puzzle to me is this. Okay, so, and I'm so blessed that each time you have a release, you come by, right? So there's La La Love and My Stupid Heart. Language, ladies and gentlemen, English.
Yeah.
Then there's Jamal Jamalu and Hawa Hawa. Language, ladies and gentlemen, Farsi. And then, of course, Javid Shah, which is really spoken to me, which I will dedicate an entire section to later. And now there's Hua, which is Hindi. 3 languages, 3 completely different sonic worlds. Which of those is closest to the artist you hear in your own head? I mean, I don't know. Are you collecting singles so that there's an Elnaaz Norouzi album? If you can answer this question, because there's so many facets to you sonically.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have ideas now as to which direction we want to go and what we want to do now with my music, which is going to be completely different than what I've done till now. And I'm very excited about that chapter, and it's going to be different. But when I started doing music, I was just doing things that I loved doing, okay? And the main thing, the one thing that I love the most is languages. I speak 7 languages. And in my mind, I was just like, why am I not using that while I'm being creative and making music? My mother tongue is Farsi, so I know I can sing that well. Why not? English is something I'm really, really comfortable with when it comes to singing. So I sang English songs as well. And with Hua, with Jubin, I did something that I wasn't sure I could do. I didn't know. I mean, of course, acting in Hindi has been one of the toughest things you can do, especially when it's your 5th language or something, you know. But then I was like, will people accept my voice in Hindi? And so I dared, and I did it, and I love it. Of course, it's a lot, but this is the beginning of my music journey where I just explored and tried, and I wanted to see what works for me, what feels good. And now that I have a way, and now that I know where I want to go, I'm so glad that I tried all of it, because now I know what I want.
That's us crabs, baby. We graft. We're resilient. We keep grafting till we get there. We're resilient creatures, man. Bro, we're resilient. Every once in a while, we will indulge in self-praise.
Every 30 seconds.
Please bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. How shameless are we?
Totally.
All right. This is lovely. I mean, there was no interview on the Anvil. I mean, just once in 3 months or something, she'll send a message or something, and we just continue where we left off. So a while ago, when this big thing happened, she sends me a WhatsApp of this trailer, and I immediately get on to my Insta story, and I put it, and I say, I'm so proud of this girl. Everybody who's listening to me, everybody who's watching, whether you're watching on video and you're listening in audio, this to me is really massive, yeah? And as big as it gets, Elnaaz Norouzi in The Fix. It's a regular Hollywood big studio blockbuster. Guy Moshe film, bro. Liam Neeson, Zachary Levi, Naveed Negehban, Annette Mahindru, all of them in the cast, and Elnaaz holding her own. Many congratulations. I'm just so happy.
Thank you.
So talk to me about that. I believe the film was originally Hotel Tehran.
Yes.
And what was Guy's discussion with you when he brought you on board?
Oh my God, Guy. Guy has become such a good friend of mine. I am so happy to have met this person. You know, I initially just auditioned for this film. I didn't know Guy. I didn't know the producers. I just auditioned. I think like 1,000 other girls who auditioned for this film. And it took them a long time to get back. I was like, okay, I didn't get the film, I guess. And then my managers called and they were like, you got the film. And I was like, 1 second, hold. I am playing the female lead opposite Zachary Levi and Liam Neeson. Like, what do you mean? You know, it was very... when you're somebody who's not from a film background family, you know, when you've literally built everything by yourself, these things are big wins, right? Especially when you just audition and you get the job because you're good at it, right? So playing this role was actually really tough for me. I can't really tell you much about the role because I would reveal too much. Specifically this film, I can't really talk much about the role.
Yeah, you know, for all of you who think actors and stars do this on purpose to create some kind of, you know, teaser element, believe you me, these are all locked into contracts.
Yeah.
It's serious business out there, you know, non-disclosure agreements. So please do not think, you know, she's just being pricey and she's being so cool and, you know, I will tease and things like that.
No,
it's
but
very serious business in Hollywood,
really
these studio things.
It really is.
Well, so let me ask you a cultural question because we can go there. And the cultural question really is this, that, you know, the project uses your birthplace you know, not simply as a location, but this is a source of danger, of conflict, of dramatic tension. And really, if you look at Tehran is Apple TV Plus. It's still there. Please go watch it.
Yeah.
Yasaman Haddadi, right? Yeah?
Yasaman Haddadi. That's what
That's the correct pronunciation. And then when you look at this project, they're two very different views of your birthplace. I'd like to talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, see, Iran has now throughout the years become a very, very big talking point because of everything that's been happening. Unfortunately, it became a talking point way too late because if you look at it like that, it's been 47 years the people of Iran are suffering, right? Yeah. It's not just 1 or 2 years. But I am loving the fact that people are taking what is happening in Iran and making series and making films about it and communicating everything that has happened in that country that people just don't know about. You know, a lot of people come up to me and they say, what you see in Tehran on Apple TV Plus, is that real? Does that really happen? And I'm like, yeah, these are real stories. These things have happened. And that's why people have made scripts off of it, right? So, and it just brings attention and awareness. And I'm so glad that I can be a part of these really, really big projects. I mean, Tehran on Apple TV Plus is still in the top 10 after so many years.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
Terrific show.
So, yeah, I'm very, very, very grateful.
But Elnaaz, technically, you might have been one of the few people who were Iranian. Because, I mean, it's written and directed by people who aren't Iranian. So a line of Farsi, a gesture, the way a man or woman would behave in the room. I know the Hollywood guys really do their research pat on. But did anyone ask you for a tip or two, or did you have to volunteer for it? I wonder.
Yeah, I did. Even on Tehran, on Apple TV Plus, I did. I helped a lot with the dialogues. And, of course, we have the people, but many of them were not as good with the language as I am, of course. And even on the fix, I helped out a lot with the language and with, like, for example, signs when we had to make the set, or even on the roads when we had to put signs up. I'd be like, this is not how you would write it, you know? And then they would have to change things. So, of course, you help out where you can.
All right. Now,
I'm not getting enough credit for it, though.
You will.
Better.
You will. Guys, go right now, YouTube it, and see the trailer. It is a chill-a-minute trailer. I just wonder, this is a fanboy question. I mean, Liam Neeson, my God, Schindler's List, Taken, all those movies. And, of course, Zachary Levi. Just indulge the fanboy in me. Just your exchanges with these people. I don't know how much you got to just spend some downtime. Yeah.
So I'll start with Zachary. When before signing the film, Guy really wanted me to meet Zachary so Zachary can see who he's working opposite, right? Because they don't know me there. And just remember, we went to this bar in LA And we were just chatting and chatting, and the time just went by. And before you meet somebody, you don't know if you're going to hit it off and how it's going to be. And you're like nervous, and you're like, okay, such a big film is, it's about a big film. I hope it works out. But Zach and me really hit it off. And I feel like even on the political front, we had so much to talk about. And it was amazing. So I had a great time shooting with Zach. Liam Neeson, I don't know what one can say about him other than that he's just so cool. He's just so cool. You would think that this guy must be behaving like a star, super stuck up or whatever, right? Because he's Liam Neeson, excuse me, right? But such a cool guy to be around. Such a nice guy. Just everybody, the whole team, everybody. I had one of the best times of my life on the set of The Fix. That's all I can say.
That's lovely.
And I miss all of them.
So, is there a release date?
Yes.
What is it?
9/11.
Whoa. Actually makes sense considering what everything the movie does talk about.
Yes. We come on that weekend.
Yeah, 9/11, the weekend. Please, it's your date with The Fix. I hope you're able to see it in a cinema near you. Yeah. And if you're watching this on YouTube anywhere around the world, please check listings for your local cinema. And of course, if you're in India and you're listening to us in audio on the radio, then
India's release is going to be a little later.
India's release will be later, like she says. And then, of course, eventually it will get onto streaming.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson, Zachary Levi, Naveed Negahban, Anit Mahindru, and Elnaaz Norouzi. Now, listen. As far as I look at it, you've got two parallel careers going on, yeah? One, of course, is the mainstream acting career. You look at all these acting parts, Zoya from Sacred Games, Made in Heaven, Rananiti, proper parts. The other end of the spectrum are the dance numbers. There's Jug Jug Jio, there's Rashtra Kavach, there's Takatak 2, there's Ishq Bukhar. Looking back, did that second career, all those glamorous dance numbers, buy you the freedom to do the first, which is get the acting parts? And my subsidiary question is, would you say yes to those dance numbers today if you were asked again?
Woo! I like good questions, yeah. The boring questions I don't like. You know what? There are a lot of things that I am not doing today that I used to do.
And no regrets. You had to do it at that time. Yeah,
yes.
Okay, yeah.
And that is because, and I hope other people are the same, but when you grow, you outgrow the things that you were doing, right? Because you just keep going a step higher. And then you also have people around you who now are guiding you towards, okay, what is it that you want to do? Who are you? Now I see myself as an actor and as a singer. So I have decided that until and unless the song is in a film that I am in or I am singing, I'm not going to do those songs anymore. Maybe something comes up where I'm like, okay, this guy, this girl is somebody I really want to work with.
Never say never. Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
But I am going in the direction of films and music only now.
And hey, have you turned down work because you've looked at a script and said, this is Zoya from Sacred Games in another dress? That's the thing with this country. That's the thing anywhere. You remember that girl called Zoya from Sacred Games? Producers, directors, casting agents will go and they'll call you, they send you the script, you read it, and you go, oh, it's Zoya in a different dress. In a way, it's a compliment because people still remember that part, but I'm sure it happens with you all the time.
Yeah.
It's still happening?
It's still happening.
In a way, it's a compliment because that role was amazing.
And this is something that actors always try to do. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do a thriller. I want to do a comedy. I want to be different in this film. But you don't understand that even with singers, you see that. Singers also have a direction that they go, right? At some point.
Yeah.
So even with acting, if you're really good with comedy, why don't you just stick to comedy like Adam Sandler? There's no problem, right? Or if you're good with thrillers, or then it's fine. Maybe that's what's working for you and for your character, for your body type, for how you look like. I don't see a problem in that.
I always give this example of Ed Sheeran, the British artist. Have you thought of it, Elnaaz? He still dresses like a busker, yeah? a busker at a train station, because he was that. He was busking at train stations, and all of a sudden he becomes famous. He becomes a global superstar. You'd imagine that some stylist would come along and say, listen, come on, you got to drop the busking style, you got to get on the chains, the glamour, the style. But some smart person somewhere said, keep that busker look. Just wear the busker clothes, even if it's in front of 50,000 people. And that has such a unique aura, because that's what's him. It's such an inseparable part of what Ed Sheeran is. A worldwide superstar who still dresses like a busker. And that to me is classic.
By the way, you know he did a Persian song.
What are you saying?
Yes.
What is it called? Yeah. Of course. I like that song.
Yeah.
Azizam. I like it. Lovely.
Meet me on the floor. Was that right? Meet me on the floor tonight. Yeah, so good.
All right. The Traitors question. When you went on to the Traitors, what did you learn about yourself?
I played a traitor. I went into the Traitors.
Interesting.
And if you watched the Traitors in the beginning, when they chose me as a traitor and they interviewed me and I had to go out and be the traitor, I was like, start. Hey, this is Elnaaz Norouzi. I'm the traitor. I literally got into the character of a traitor. And I read several books before I went into the Traitors about the human nature, about mastering.
You prepped for a reality show?
Yes.
That's so cool.
Because I never wanted to do reality shows, and I've never done reality shows, and I don't think I'll ever do another reality show. But Traitors, I went into Traitors hoping that they choose me as a traitor so I can act like a traitor in there. And I got to do it.
How smart are you?
I was acting. I'm always acting.
Not with me, please.
Not with you.
Okay, now I'm going to come to something that really touched me. And we spoke about this on video, Elnaaz, and I'm going to bring it on the mic. This is a very different use of your voice. And when I say voice, it doesn't mean just your vocal cords. I don't know, all of you, if you're listening to this, watching this, if you've heard or watched Javid Shah, Javid space Shah, please YouTube it. It's a Farsi song tied to what's been happening in Iran. Elnaaz has sung it. It released end of December, early Jan, end of Jan. It really spoke to me. It spoke to me like very few things have. I want you to talk about it a little bit. And before that, I'd like to give a background to all our listeners, our watchers. Javid Shah basically means long live the king. And this is about Reza Pahlavi, who's the Prince of Iran, the late Shah's son. And the only thing most of us in India know is that he was in exile and his late father, the king, passed away in exile in Egypt. And Reza, the crown prince, still lives in exile in the US. I leave you to tell the story. It's really such a beautiful song. Elnaaz being herself, just in front of one solitary mic, and it's filmed like a home video where it's her in front of that microphone with almost VHS-like images of the royal family and important parts of Reza's life just playing.
You know, I decided to sing that song when Iran was going through the worst time that it had ever gone through in January, when on January 8th and 9th, the regime killed thousands and thousands of people within like 2 days. At that time, the internet was cut. I couldn't reach my family. We didn't know where they are, if they're okay, what's happening with them. And I just wanted to sing a song that would help the Iranians to listen to it and to manifest. I just felt like everyone was so low and so sad and so heartbroken, and all of these years of going through this tyranny and all these executions and so much pain, you know. I was just like, we should have a song where people can just listen to it and manifest. Because I'm big on manifestation. Everything that I have today, I have manifested. So I'm like, when you repeat it, when you sing it, when you hear it, you're going to make it happen. And it's actually the people inside of Iran who started again chanting Javid Shah, because they are the ones who want the crown prince back. So I was like, let's just sing this.
You know, I was saying to her, through all the glamour, the beauty, the pizzazz, the sex appeal, she will come across moments in her life when she will have to reveal her truest self. Not the traitors kind, but just speak about things she feels strongly about. And I love that she's not afraid of being trolled. She continues to do that, and I find that lovely. In fact, the most attractive thing I find about you, the most sexy thing, is this, the fact that you feel this. All the other stuff, I could do without. I've explained to you, when you grow up with 5 women around you. So listen, good on you. Okay, now let's move to the manifestation part, yeah? I'm gonna manifest this. Thus far, Elnaaz moves from Iran to Germany, Germany to India, becomes world famous, and I'm going to really put it out there as part of my manifestation plan, yeah? So Elnaaz Norouzi goes to the US and you start working in major Hollywood studios, right? Not discounting your love for India or Germany or Iran. And by that time, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, I'm a DJ on Apple Radio in the US, in Los Angeles, California. So I'm sitting in the studio and Elnaaz walks in, and along with her is Tom Cruise. And it's the latest big summer blockbuster. Yeah, I'm just putting it out there. Tom Cruise sits down with Elnaaz, and Hrishi K, the DJ in Los Angeles on Apple Radio, does an interview.
Yeah.
Let's manifest that, yeah?
That's happening.
Let's manifest it.
That's happening.
Let's do it!
It is happening. It's
You and me in LA.
I'm telling you.
With Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Come on. Who thought I would be
Let's
working
do
with
it.
Gerard Butler? Who thought I
Yeah.
would be working with Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, come on.
Yeah, what the hell?
Next one.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I hope Tom is listening.
The universe is listening, my love.
The universe
is listening. All right, last question about the next phase. Rather than merely accepting what arrives, are you designing stuff? I mean, I know there's Hua, there's the fix. You can go out and try and design the next 3 years of your life, but ultimately what will be, right? But what is it going to be? Are you going to resurrect your international acting career, your screen career? Is it going to be a multilingual music project? Are you going to produce and direct your own material? What are you now prepared to decline? I mean, you told me that you're ready to give up all those glamorous songs that you were asked to do just in terms of item songs, if it's not meaningful enough. But what is the larger vision for the immediate future, Elnaaz?
The larger vision is really, honestly, to keep doing what I love, and that is acting and music. As I said,
Music
has
singer-songwriter or singer.
Yes, sing, perform. I just love performing. I love being on stage. And as an actor in India, I got this opportunity already. We perform in so many different events. And I just feel like I feel home in a studio now, which earlier wasn't the case because I didn't know music so well. But now music is like therapeutic to me. Like when I sing, when I'm in a studio, I feel like it's home, and then I want to go back into the studio again. I want to sing again, and I didn't have this earlier. Earlier it was just acting for me and performing. Now I just want to be in the studio. I just constantly want to be in the studio.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. It's new, but I'm loving it.
Because I've spent so long in studios, radio studios in particular, I do tend to be a little awkward when I go to public places. But when I'm here, I'm just...
Yeah. And you know what?
It's crazy.
And that's exactly the opposite of my life when I'm on set or when I'm promoting something, because you always have to look good. You always have to be perfect. And in the studio, I can just be myself. It's me, my voice, and that's it. I don't need to look good. I can go in my pajamas. And I love that. Like it's just so raw. It's you, and I don't know how to explain it, to be very honest. I hope I'm able to somehow.
I get you. I
Yeah.
always get you. All right. As usual, the best 30 minutes I've spent for a long, long time with anyone. Excuse me for sounding a little bit egotistical here, but Try and match that, all you other radio jockeys who are going to interview Elnaaz after this. Okay, no, I'm just joking. Listen, it's the whole ecosystem, right? All radio presenters, the radio fraternity, we've got to grow. The medium has to grow. Actors, performers. And I love that. Elnaaz Norouzi in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Please go check out the trailer to The Fix. It's a 9/11 release around the world. An India release shall follow very quickly. Please go to YouTube, check out a song with Jubin Nautiyal. It's called Hua. It's blissful. And of course, follow her on Instagram for all the latest. Thank you, my love.
Also, you're my
Thank you.
favorite.